But if you really know, oh, I forgot to record. Can you imagine? All I've said since is not recorded. Don't worry. It's okay. It happens. So who did that? My co-host, right? Who's my co-host now? Who's my co-host anyway?
I'm the one.
Oh, wow. Impressive. Thank you. So as I was saying, guys, so this thing is very good. Do you know why I'm teaching you this thing? The trade we're about to enter, I will show you tonight, that will enter on gold. And if it goes our way, the best way to enjoy that trade so you won't lose is by doing this, using this method. And I will show you how to do that in the chat, okay? But this is just the idea where we say trading your stop loss, break even first of all. Move. So when you see some few pips in profit, quickly move your stop loss to your entry price. Then when you move further in profit, move your stop loss from entry, move it down and secure some profits. Okay, that is what we mean by securing your profits. Now the same thing that applies to going down is the same that applies to buy when you are buying going up. Okay, now let's go and look at how to do it in our trade, our MetaTrader 4 or 5. Okay, anyone is the same. Okay, so how do you do that? Now, so I'm sharing my screen again. Sharing my screen again. All right. Now let's say I put on this guy on. I don't know what to use now. It's gambling. I'm not sure. I'm not doing any analysis, but I need this to be on profit, in profit, so I can make an example. It's not in profit. Just assume in your mind that it's profit. Okay. Just assume in your mind is a profit. So whether it's red or what's it called? Whether it's red or blue, just assume it's blue. We just need it to be somewhere. Now, guys, look at this price. I click on sell, guys. So do you know when I click on sell, if you look at this, let's look at the trade now. Let me click the details. I enter this trade idea at what? Look at the price. Can you all see the price there? Let me undo and use a notation. Okay, look at the price. I entered at 24,411.11. Now, when I say sell, I expect the price to come down. Luckily, now the price is actually coming down. It's 24,394 from, see? So what do you look at? Leave the 24,000. Just focus on 411. It's down to 381. Now, it's going in my favor, right? Now, let's say this thing now, I set my stop loss before too, because if you say sell, your target is down. So you expect to go down so you can make money. Then you want to put your stop loss, it will be up, because remember, stop loss is always against the targets, okay? So if the money is down, then the loss will be up. So you now click on modify. Look at me now, modify position. I need to put the stop loss before. I just enter the trade, sell. But now I want to now put the parameters, okay? For those Miss and Mrs. parameters and Mr. parameters. I always wait, what are the parameters? Just click sell first, then later you come back to parameters. So now I'm going to parameters, modify position. So what do I do? My stop loss before now, let's say it was 24,500. I entered at 411. So I now tell the system that once this 411, instead of going down, if it's going up, the moment it gets to 500, stop the trade for me. And my target is 24,330. Once you get to 330, or let's say 300, which is down now, you see? Can you see the ones that are opposite? This one is what? Higher. This one is lower. This one is above my entry price, which is 24,411. While this one is lower than the entry price, which is 24,300. Okay? Can you imagine? It's going in my favor, despite that it was gambling. All right. So now you see the profit is lower and the one is higher. So when I say modify, I click on modify. So I have my stop loss now. Okay. Now I see that this thing has gone 328 and it's going, and my take profit is 300, right? So what do? I want to secure my capital first of all. I'll move my stop loss now from 24,500. I'll come here and clean it. See, this is what you do. You see it now? Modify, you come here, clean it, change it to 411 dot 11. Remember, that was my entry price, right? As it is now, guys, even if this trade reverses from $90 profits, it will never take my money again, because I've moved. Look at it. Both the stop loss and my entry is the same. So it can't take my money again. Now, and I see that it's already at $92, which means it has gone down to 318. I want to secure profit now before in case, what do I do again? See, now it's at 318, which means 18 to go. This one don't reach profit, it will take me out already. So what do? I move my stop loss, I change it to 320, 24,320. Guys, I'm already out of the trade. That's giving me profit. See, now I've made money. Can you see? 111. Am I not lucky? I couldn't secure profit. That's giving me all my profit instead of securing. But I hope you get the gist, guys. Let me see. If you get the gist, put the 1 in the chat box. If you don't, put the 2 in the chat box. Let me come and see you guys. I want to see. If you get the gist, put a 1 in the chat box. If you don't, put a 2 in the chat box so we can move to the next one. If you get the gist, put a 1 in the chat box. If you don't, yes. Oh, I love this class already. Like everybody understand what I'm saying. That makes my job easier. All right, thank you. So since we understand trailing the profits, guys, make use of it when we enter. I will show you how to make use of it. Of course, I will still go to the real chat. Okay. So at the end of this whole thing, I will now bring everything back to the real chat. So we've talked about secure profit, we talk about break even, then risk management. This is very important, especially to those of us using the MFF. So talking about MFF, guys, let me share my screen again. See, guys, I want to tell you something. Now, this has to do a lot to do with our psychology, okay? You see, trading psychology is very important in everything we do. Now, guys, let me show you something. I've always been doing this several times, right? But I want to do it again tonight, okay? Now, in trading, guys, in Forex trading to be precise, let me show you something. I want to share something with you. Can you see, guys? Look at this. Major players in Forex trading, okay, are who? Can you see it now? What? Commercial and investment banks. First, commercial and investment banks are the foundation of Forex market, as all other players must deal with them in order to participate in the market. You see it now? Can you imagine? All other players must what? Deal with them to participate in the market. The point I want to make, in fact, I don't even need to go into these details anyways. I want to make a point for you guys. I want you to understand, because understanding this will help you and prevent you from making serious mistakes, and also see this as a big privilege that you're able to even participate. You don't take it for granted. Some of us, we take this for granted. We're not serious with it at all, But look at what you are doing now, guys. I want you to look at this. They said what? Commercial and investment banks are the guys that participate in this. Central banks, your CBN. Can you imagine? Your CBN in your country. This is their business. This is what they do. This is their business. Then also high net worth individuals, the richest people in your country. Talk about the richest black man in the whole world, like Dangote now. Is the richest man in the world, right? The black man in the world, sorry. All these guys, can you imagine me, a nobody from nowhere, nobody me, I mean, you from where you are now trading on the same platform with these guys. That is the first privilege you should know. That is a big privilege, right? Now, what is the second thing you should know? Meaning, if you are in a game with these guys, anything these guys put their hand, you should all know that it's not a small game, right? It's a serious business, which means it's a very expensive business, which means it requires capital. Forex trading is not charity. Sometimes I like to tell people the truth. People will ask me, like, how much list can I try? Can you imagine a guy from Zimbabwe chatted me. It was one of my students in Zimbabwe that when I used to train people on speaking and all this stuff. So I know him actually personally. So he came into my inbox when he sees my result, like that, there they call us trainer, my trainer, that, hey, I'd like to join this. How are you going to help me? I'll need to be part of this. I'm serious. I want to be part. I was like, yeah, you sure, of course you can. So and I should send him a video. When he watched the video, and I said, okay, that right now he has like $50. Like, how much can he make weekly? How much can he make daily? Do you know what I did? I just ignored. I didn't even answer those questions anymore. As a matter of fact, he's disqualified. I don't even want him in my team. I can transfer him to any other person, that is available right there. But me, I don't want people like that in my team, because you know why? It is not like that. I mean, yes, you can trade with $50, but you don't have the right to even say how much can I make on that money. This is one of the reasons why these guys are angry. The commercial banks, the institution, they are not even happy that we have retail traders like us. I mean, it's painful to them that they are trading with millions of dollars, $100 million. Let me show you something, guys. Let me show you something. Let me shock you out. So at least you know what I'm talking about. Let me use, there's one company now that I'll just look at for one. I want you to respect this game. And some of you don't respect, in fact, many of you don't respect it. I won't say some of you, because a business you are doing on the same platform with the richest people in the world, a business you have the opportunity to make money like the richest people in the world. I mean, you don't joke with such business. You don't see it with levity, right? Let me show you something. Goldman Sachs, I think. What's the name of it? Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs trades. Trades. Let me just put trades on gold. I'm coming, guys. I want to show you something, okay? I'm coming. Let me see if I can get what I'm looking for here. Oh, Goldman Sachs, where you at? Where you at? I want their trades. Oh, will I use now? Guys, wait. So these guys are investment bankers, okay? Trade analysis, something like that, yeah. Okay, I think I can get what I'm looking for here. I wanted to see something, okay, guys? I hope it should give me what I'm looking for. Blah, 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 blah. Don't mind me. If I knew I was going to do this, I wanted it to be live, so you see what I'm talking about. So this Goldman Sachs, okay, it's one of the hedge fund companies that participate in gold trades. I mean, they are like you and I. I mean, they put on their trade. Whenever you trade, they trade too. Let me just tell you what I wanted to show you, because I saw it before. I wanted to show you again. These guys, you know, the last trade I did that we did last week, okay, this last week, some of you made $1,000, $300, and you celebrate, right? You know, these guys, do you know how much they put in those trades? They put $189 million. And at the end of the day, they only trade like 2 days in that last week. So one of their trade, only a single one of their trade with just one lot size, is it up to one lot size, or 0 point something lot size, gave them about $89 million. Can you put that in your currency? I don't know, whichever currency you are using from whichever country you are here, you're calling from here, okay? Just check that and put that in your currency and see how much we're talking about. Now, these guys, they spend money. These guys are into trading, okay? And they spend a lot of money, right? They spend a lot of money, and people like them, they get angry when they see people like us coming to the market and we make so much money with just $100, $1,000 and all that. Now, why am I saying this? I'm stressing this so you will know that the first thing is when you are trading, it needs money. Now, but the truth is this, it needs money. But the reality is this, not everybody has money. And the opportunity is this, everybody can leverage in this opportunity. That is why we use it. That's why we choose it. Everybody, I mean, anybody can leverage. So how do you not leverage? Meaning you can become from nobody to somebody. You can start with small money, $100, and have $1 million. If I show you this now, let me quickly show you something again. The richest Forex traders in the world, not in Nigeria. The last time I did in Nigeria, right? Let me say in the world. I want you to see something now. You'll be shocked. Okay? Now, I don't want to see their faces. These are their faces. I want to see, this guy is the first, is the richest, George Soros. Okay? And let me check their net worth. That's what I want to see. Net worth. I want you to know the future of what you are doing. Okay? Now, guys, look at it. Paul Tudor. Okay, Paul Tudor took the position now. This guy, you see, about $7.5 billion. Hello, guys. I hope you are there. I hope you are not sleeping.
Our son.
Juice, I can hear you. How do I know it's James? Okay.
Please, co-host, you can mute them.
Yes. Okay. Freddie, you also co-host, right? I have two co-hosts. So Freddie J, I mean, you two, you can also help me, and then, or maybe I'll make Blossom to a co-host. Anyways, so guys, I want you to look at the future of what you are doing. I hope you are calculating. Look at Paul Trudeau. He's the number one in the world right now. Forex trader. This guy is not a bank. I mean, forex trader like us, like single person. These are just guys that started trading and they hit all this big money, $7.5 billion. George Soros, next in line, $6.7 billion. I mean, they started with nothing. This guy didn't start as a company. They started like us, like you, me, you. I'm not talking about companies now, individuals, okay? See, look at this, the starting, what do you have there in the introduction? They said in trading, much like any other field, only a few can make it to the top. For them, the forex market is a place to grow wealth and a lot. Now, do you see why those few, they see it as a place to grow wealth and a lot more? Now, the rest that are not here, do you know why they're not here? They see it like gambling. They see it like something you just do anyhow. They see it like something you just, the way some of us do, we have this attitude around this whole thing. Like some of us, we know that this thing can give us $10,000 in a week. Even if we have a job that gives us $500 in a week, we prefer not to take this one serious at all. Yet we expect the $10,000 from it, but we put energy in the one that gives us $500 a month. You get my point? So these guys, they took it like real business, and not just them, but a lot of people. We're just showing the richest in the world now, okay? There's still more lists towards this. This is just showing the preview, right? You see, we have top 8 richest forex traders in the world. We have 16, we have top 200, we have like that, But these are the top 4 that we are seeing here now. 6.4 billion, 6.6 billion, 6.7 billion. Now let's come to Africa. I can't say Nigeria because we have other people from other countries here in Africa here, I think. So let's say Africa. In Africa. I think more of them will be in South Africa because those guys are very, I know Jabulani, this is pronounced in Kobo. Anyway, those guys are really doing well. I'm telling you, they are very, 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 very serious with forex trading. Not like us here, we like gambling. You see, then Sean Benjamin. Sean is from Zimbabwe. Ref Wayne, I don't know where this guy is from. John Van Der Reed is from South Africa, the Afrikaans area. That's the white South Africans. Louis Shakwani is from Zulu area, which is South Africa. Nelisiwe Mathango, which is Sid Durban, she's from Durban. Sorry, she's a female now. Guys, female. The female in the house thinking forex is for only men. Okay, she's from Durban as well. Pabalo Inkwe, I don't know where this one is from, but the name sounds Angolan. Daniel Lester, I don't know where this guy is from, but he's, sounds rich. These guys, look at their lifestyle. If I show you their cars, they are young guys. Now let's come to Nigeria. Oh, no, don't let me say Nigeria now. Okay, at least Africa is okay. I mean, we're already getting the message, right? So why am I showing you all of this? Guys, these guys, they started from zero. That's why most of them, it took them years, took them time, months. You understand? But now the question is, all of you that are on this call, do you know that you can get to this level of this? At least, I'm not talking about the richest in the world. I mean, billions is something that is possible, but it will take time. But I'm talking about all these guys you are saying, you can get to their level even faster than them. I mean, you can get to their level in the next 1 year. I mean, these guys I'm showing you, if I tell you, okay, let me even type their net worth so you understand what I mean. In Africa, okay, let me put the net worth. Okay? I mean, you can get to this net worth, you can get to all this area. Look at, let me see what is written here. Uche Paragon is a Nigerian. This one is a Nigerian. I know this guy. He's Nigeria's wealthiest currency trader with an estimated net worth of $16 million. Hey, come on, guys. If you see these guys they're talking about, we have Benjamin Ajimoko, $100,000, $150,000. I mean, you can beat this $100,000, guys, before the end of this year, guys. I mean, you can be making that amount of money before the end of this year. And you think I'm lying, right? I'll prove it to you. If only you take it seriously. That's the first thing. I'll prove it to you. Now, these guys, do you know why it took them time before they got to this part? But they are successful now. I mean, if I show you one guy, Habi Forex, if you see this guy's car, my God, let me show you something. Let me just show you something. The guy is like James Bond. This guy is not even that, it's not really grounded. It's not really educated. I mean, in terms of education level, it's not really, But this guy is just like I don't know how to call him. Okay, he's so rich. This guy he just bought himself. He buys cars of 100,000 USD. He lives lavishly. He's still single, still young. Okay, some of you know him anyway. Lifestyle, the Forex lifestyle. Happy. Look at the guy. Can you see him? Look at him. Look at the car. This Range Rover Sport 2021. His lifestyle is huge. He lives here in Lagos, Nigeria. But if you listen to this guy, he started 2007, 2008, 2010 or so, and he suffered a lot. Look at his cars. He even traveled with security. Look at security guard. You know, he traveled with security guards. You know, so I don't want to waste your time. Now look at it. Forex bought me a house. Look at him, his cars and his house. Look at him. All he does in the morning, exercise. You know, he's just one of them. He's just one of them. Okay. Now look at him. He has different. Just name. Forget about. So why am I showing you these things? I'm telling you that you should be privileged that you are in this. You are in this trade. You are in this game called Forex trading. Don't joke with it. Don't even play with it. I mean, look at me. Sometimes I don't sleep at all. I sleep in the morning. I mean, I know I'm not asking you to deny yourself, but if you feel it's worth it, your dream is worth it, then you do it. Now, why? The point of all of this is this: to really succeed like this guy, either you choose one of these two things. Either you take time from. It takes you time from starting from $100, then get to 1,000, then get to all this one will take you years. Okay. Either you do that, or you use leverage. What we call leverage. Okay. I think now I should share my whiteboard, or I should just type. I don't know which one to do. Let me share my whiteboard first of all, then I'll now show you the calculation. Or you use leverage. Guys, we are lucky. This is our own time. We are lucky. Let me tell you, their own time, when they started, there was nothing like prop firms. Maybe there were academies, but they were so expensive. I mean, and they are not designed the way these ones are designed for us. Now, let me tell you, for you to make money like them, okay, I would have loved to show you a research see on internet right now, okay, that talks about the statistics of how to be successful when it comes to Forex. Do you know the statistics? After studying Forex for a year or two, and you now understand Forex, it takes you like 5 years to really be stable. I mean, you have to lose every now. This guy, Abby, said he lost total when he put all the losses together. And he was not rich. He's from a broke background. In fact, he saw somebody trading inside a bus while he was going out. That was when he caught interest. I was like, that caught his interest. And then he started looking forward to trading, right? But do you know what? This guy, it took him time. He lost a lot of money because there was no mentorship directly. There was nobody guiding him, and there was no free signals. Like most of you don't even know about Forex, but you are making money already. You get the point? So now, what can you do with this leverage that you have? See, let me tell you, it is possible to have the best thing in the world, yet still be lacking a lot if you don't know how to make use of them. You have a car, if you don't know how to drive it, you will just park it and still walking with your leg or jumping from public transport, right? So now, you have two things that are very powerful. Number one, you guys, you have an academy. Now, the difference between an academy and you learning Forex on your own, going to pay $1,000 from somebody, or like this Abby now, he has a class where he teaches people Forex. You know, now he teaches them Forex. When their duration is done, the money you pay and all that, what happened? Then it discharges you. You start now doing things yourself. You learn yourself. You discover yourself. You lose yourself. Then eventually you start grabbing, and all those things will take time. But now you have an academy that teaches you Forex. You learn. You earn, not just small. Let me give an instance. Last week alone, upper week, 1,125 pips was done on gold alone from Eminos Nepal. That's minus Manara and the rest of them, which of course you know that gives lots of profit every day as well, right? This last one, 100%, no single loss on Nepal this week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I posted that thing. The results were awesome. First time in this, he was so happy. He posted it himself. You understand? No single loss. I hope you can hear me, right? Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
All right. So no single loss. So you have the opportunity to learn and earn. All this you are leveraging on the feather of those who already suffered the game for you. These guys have probably learned Forex for years. If you listen to Dankwa, our Manara expert, he will always tell you something like, he started learning Forex since 2015 or so. He was a school teacher in Detroit, in the United States. Now we are enjoying his 2015 experience till now. We are leaning on them. I mean, while you are learning, you're making money. Can you imagine how sweet this is, right? Plus now, talking about money, I told you that for you to succeed in Forex, you need plenty money. That's the truth. We say we're lying to ourselves. You know the problem? If you start small in Forex, let's say start with $100. You know the problem is whenever you take a trade, now using the normal proper risk size, if there's a trade and you now see that your result, you make profit of $2, that's what you can make, except we're lying to ourselves, right? You make profit of, let's say, $2. That's a very big profit for you on $100. Then you now see your colleague making $20. Then you now see another person showing you $200. Do you know what happened next? The next trade idea, you want to over leverage because you are now motivated by these ones. Forgetting that you are using $100. Now, the issue is if you over leverage and you lose that trade, $20 from your money is a lot because your money is small. But the guy who is making $20, maybe he has $1,000. $1,000, $20 from $1,000 is nothing. It's nothing at all, isn't it? It's like 2%. If I'm right, is it up to 2%? Yeah, something like. It's not even up to 2%. What am I saying? 0.2%. But yours, $20 from here is 20%. So this will make you lose this money faster because you want to quickly make more money. Do you get? Now, since money is the problem, so imagine we can both take the same trade. I'll make 2,000 on that trade and you make $2 on that trade. That is big suffering. That is emotional trauma, punishment. I mean, you see it and you're like, oh God, I wish I have a big account. Now, guys, stop wishing. Stop wishing now, because why? You have a way out. That is why, for me, I tell people that when you have an opportunity, just make use of it. You have a way out. And what is the way out, guys? So many of us already know this, but some of us don't know, some others don't know, and all that. That is the prop firm account, the prop firm account. Prop firm. Prop firm. Okay? What is a prop firm account? Actually, it's proprietary firm account. So this guy's propriety, that's the prop is from propriety, which means, like a kind of deal whereby you have access to a particular fund based on the splitting arrangement. So I have the money, I don't trade, but I'm looking for people who can trade. They have my money, they trade, we split the profits. That's simple. That's what prop firm is. They're not giving you a loan whereby you'll be under pressure to pay back. They're not giving you anything, but they just give you money. They have plenty of money to give out. See, you have the academy to give you plenty pips of trade. Let me give you an instance, guys. Our last week trade, I want to give you what that means. Our last week trade gave a total of 950 from Eminos Nepal, 950 pips. Sorry, 905 pips. Do you know what this means? Let me show you what this means to you. Guys, let me show you what this means to you. Okay? So for somebody who has an account of 100 to 500, let me just use a fixed. I just want to give you a fixed idea so you can have an idea. Okay, 100 to 500, guys. If you have an account of 100 to 500, okay, your size of trade should not be more than 0.01 to 0.01 to 0.05. Do you know what this means? This means you cannot make, for every pip in trade, you can't make more than $1 to $5. No, is that right? $1 per pip. No, sorry, 10 cents. Cents or 50 cents. Okay, so what is cents? Let me show you now so you'll get it right. So you can't make more than, this is 10 cents to 50 cents. Okay, so what does that mean? That means for you to make $1, you need times 10 of this. You need 10 pips to make $1. Can you imagine that? Because you have $100 to $500. For you to make more money here, times 10 will give you $5. Can you imagine? I mean, the same trade. So if you understand that now, but do you know that somebody with account of, let's say, somebody with an account of let's say 10,000, let me say $10,000 can freely use one lot size. Do you know what that one lot size means? That one lot size means would be any $10 for every trade, for every pips, $10 per pip. They call it pip, profit in percentage. So now, let's now use this as an example. I want you to use it as an example. So we have two people now. Since you don't know what this lot is in money, let's use two examples. Let's say Mr. A. Let's say A and B. A is using 0.01. B on the other side is using 1 in terms of lot size. Now, do you know what that means last week? So, and the last week trade that was called, all the profit made was 905. Now, for this guy A, 905 to him is what? Is $9. Am I right? Yes. Yeah, $9, 905. Sorry, 100 will be 1, 2. Okay, yeah, $9.50. That's it. Is it 90? What's wrong with my mathematics now? That's $9. I'm right. $9, right? Yes, 1 decimal, 2 decimal, right? Yeah. So $9. That's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, $9.50. But do you know the guy with the one lot size? This one, B, we're making $9,050. Can you see the difference? Guys, can you see the difference? Which would you want to make on the same trade idea, on the same sweats? It can't be that bad. No, it can't be that bad. I'm coming. I've lost my ginger. What happened to me tonight? It can't be that bad. Sorry. I think it's $90 for 0.01. Yeah, it's $90. Sorry. That's $90. That's A will make $90. Why this one will make $9,050? Yes, sorry, this is it. So can we compare $90.50 to $9,050? The same academy, the same Nepal, the same subscription. Let's even talk about subscription. Both of them paid $99. Guys, who is cheating? Who is cheating who now? I mean, who is being cheated? I don't even know. Both of you are paying $99. And one is making 9,000, you are making 90. The same trade, the same educator, the same time, the same pips, the same data, the same amount, everything same, but except the profit. And it's not even 10% different, like 1%. Sorry, 0.1% of what the other guy is making. It is disheartening. This kind of thing makes one go crazy, you know? Now, since this is a problem, the prophet now say, guys, yes, so God, I beg, I tell you. So the prophet now say, guys, instead of you to suffer yourself like this, I mean, instead of you disturbing yourself like this, why don't you just use our money? Take the trade, we split the profits, which is a good deal. Now, how would they do that? They tell you, yeah, okay, guys. So let's say you have $100. $100 can still get you a $10,000 account with prop firm. You still be having some change. At least, if not for anything, the prop firm that we use, that I know that we use, at least $84 will give you $10,000. You understand? $139 will give you $20,000. Can you imagine that? Yeah? $299 will give you $50,000. Even you can have $100,000 for $499. Now, this thing is wise and is better for you. Why? Number one, it's always difficult when you have more money in play. It's always almost difficult. You lose your money entirely, except you are extraordinary, reckless. Do you get the point? But when you have a small account, it's easy to. And some will say, hey, I just have $100. Let me manage it. You put in $100, you blow it. Before you know, you put another $100, you blow it. Before you know, you spend $1,000. Which you are running from spending. So instead of you doing all of this, why don't you just use the $100 to get a 10K account? Now, when you get this 10K account, what happens? Is it just that easy? Of course, nothing good comes easy, right? Because in trading, see, some people see this thing as a negative thing, but actually a positive thing. Generally in life, let me tell you one thing. In trading, what makes you succeed? I want you guys to take this and take notes. It's very important. What makes you succeed in trading is not how skillful you are. It's good, it's part of it. But the most important thing in trading is what they call discipline, which is the same in life. Discipline. What is discipline? The ability to look away from 1,000 good ideas and focus on only the one that is according to your plan. The ability to look away from good profits and focus on the little profit that you have targeted to make for the day and stop trading. The ability to stick to the size of account that you say you will use according to your, the size of a trade that you will take according to your size of accounts, even if you have the opportunity of taking bigger size, the ability to stick to the plan and not moving from it, no matter how tempting the good side is. But do you know that that's exactly where many people fail, including myself, including many people? You know, you see that people know how to trade, but they just can't make money easily because when they make money, they get too greedy, they blow it. Or sometimes some they have the fear of missing out. Some of us here, I know them, they know themselves. When they are in trade like this, the moment they enter trade, bam, they enter with big lot size, so they expect the profit to start showing. And you know, when the trade will show them some lessons, I mean, it won't take their money immediately. It will just have a drawback. It's not a loss yet, though. It's just a drawback. They'll start sending me a message. Coach, hey, coach, I'm praying. Coach, what is going on? Coach, is it coming down? Is this coming down? I'm like, hey, guys, I'm not a prophet. I'm not a seer. So the question you're asking me, we are all in the market. I mean, my job is to use the strategy, and if the market obeys, good luck. So me, I know exactly the problem. The problem is not the market. The problem is that they have used something bigger than what they are supposed to use, and now they are scared. So me, I will not say, don't worry. Now, why are you scared? It's not just 1%. I know they don't use. I know they didn't use 1%, but I'm, being sarcastic. Like I'm, me now, kind of play with their mind. After all, it's 1% you use. Why are you scared? Don't worry. Worst case scenario, if it's a lesson, if it's a loss, it's just 1%. Then you see, you see these guys with emojis, crying emojis, different kind of emojis, send it to me. I say, hey, I won't listen to you. Discipline, guys. Discipline will set you free. Discipline will make you feel good, even when it's not going your way. Like, after all, I've already said the amount that I'm going to lose is not much. They said always trade with an amount that you know you can afford to lose. Don't always look at what you can make. Do you get the point? Now, this discipline is a difficult thing. Even to me, it's difficult. To everybody, it's difficult. So the MFF account is a blessing in disguise. Do you know why? It will teach you discipline by force. And that is why it comes with some stringent rules, okay, that helps you to discipline. Now, if I were you, I would look at it. The question is this. If you follow the discipline plan that is given to you by the MFF, the prop firm account, what do you get? My dear, let's look at what you get first of all. I mean, you will now look at if it's worth it, isn't it? Some people want to join the military, some want to join the police and all that. When they join, they go through some hard training. They knew they were going to go through this training. But the joy of becoming a police or a military guy overshadowed the discipline they will go through. Every mothers know already that they are going to go through pain, 9 months, and then the delivery day is always tedious. There's a line between life and death. They knew all of these things, but the joy of having a baby, the joy of motherhood always supersede the whatever pain they will face. So that's why they go straight into it. Every fathers, every hardworking men, they know, of course, that they're going to go through stress. But the joy of providing for the family always supersede every pain they will face. So you need to derive a motivation for yourself to go through a channel or a road that is not smooth. Because while you're on that road that is not smooth, what gives you joy is the thought of the ending, having the end in mind. They call it beginning with the end in mind, right? Let's go to the end in mind, guys. What happens to you if you get an MFF account? I want to show you. I've done this before, but I like doing it every now and then. So let me share my screen this time around and leave the board, okay? I want to do some calculation. And I hope all of you are with me and you are jotting and you are taking notes. I mean, this is very serious. Because my goal for this team is that we all plug into the prop firm account. We do it together. I don't want to leave everybody behind. I don't want to leave anybody behind. I want us to take the same trade. I want us to check the same thing. I want us to have feedbacks. So at the end of the day, wouldn't it be beautiful if we don't have, this person has qualified, this one has qualified, this one has qualified. And then when we have our first payout, imagine $30,000, $40,000 payout. Can you imagine what will happen to the team? Can you imagine what will happen to you? I mean, some of you don't like too much money, but that's why I'm here for you. I'm here to take all the trouble away from you. You send them to me. Let me go through the stress of spending them. I mean, so I will do that for you. Let me carry that cross. But at least carry the evaluation cross and other things. Let me do the rest for you. I mean, but it will be good. It's a good thing. Everything will fall in the right place. And all I'm talking to you about can happen to you in the next 3 months. Now, let me show you what can happen in the next 3 months. This is my goal for the team. And I've said it several times. And I know it's possible because people are already doing it. Do you know that last week, or was it a power week, about 7 people were paid out from this economy? Do you know the list of them was $36,500 and something dollars? Put that in your figure and know what that means. Maybe it makes any sense. Plus the fact that the moment you do that, remember every 2 weeks, you'll be getting paid on every profit you make. I mean, and then you get to a point, they increase your money again. I mean, come on. And the only barrier to that account, the only barrier to this goal that I want to show you now is if you don't have a good strategy to win. And then second is what? If you don't have a discipline to follow. Now, the good strategy, the academy is providing that for us. They give us, all these educators give us signals. You just see us winning. Win. Even my own signals, we see what we do, we win. If you match all these signals together, I mean, you're there. But the only thing that we cannot give you that you have to do yourself is the discipline. It's a non-transferable private responsibility. You understand? So it's private, it's personal, and it's non-transferable. Just like nobody can go to the loo for you. I mean, you have to go do the number 2 yourself, isn't it? Right. All right. Now let's go to the what's it called? The prop firm. So this is my goal for the team. Let's say the cheapest account for the prop firm, the cheapest of them all is the $50 account. Okay. And that gives you the 5,000, which I don't buy into this idea because you know, the lower the money, the more difficult, except you're a very patient person and very disciplined. I mean, me, I can't pass this one, self. Even me, I'm telling you the truth. So sometimes you know what you can do and what you cannot do. But this is the list, okay? Some people are very good at managing risk and all those stuff, right? Now, let's say you have the $5,000, which is $50. But let me use the 10,000. I don't like this 5,000. Just if you want 5,000, just do it in your mind, okay? Let me use this as an example. Let me start from the 10,000. The 5,000 is like punishment to my hearing. Okay. Now let's say the 10,000. 10,000 now for you to get this, you need $84. Okay. Let's say you have a $10,000 account. Now these guys are ready to give you the 10,000. It is their money. They are ready to give you because they know that when you make money, you guys you split. But do you know there's a condition? I want to ask you a question. If you have money, let's say you guys you have money now, and you want to, let's say you have millions of dollars and you want to invest it in trading, but you don't want to trade. You want to give it to traders who know how to trade. Look at the words. You want to give it to traders who know how to trade. So when they make money, you make money. Now, when you are giving this money out, won't you want to test these traders to be sure whether they actually know how to trade? Won't you want to test them? Guys, would you not want to see if they can handle this money? Because remember, it is your money and the agreement is this again. If they lose that money, they are not paying you back. So you want to be sure. You don't want to give your money to every Tom, Dick, and Jezebel. I mean, you don't want to give to at least, yeah, now why should it be Tom, Dick, and Harry alone? They should have some ladies in this, isn't it? So you don't want to give, so they balance the gender. All right, so you don't want to give the money to everybody. You want to be sure that, hey, the person I'm giving my money to is someone who is capable. And to make that happen, they are now bringing some rules. Number one, the first thing is they want you to be committed to it. And they know that people generally are not committed to what they don't spend money on. So they give you a challenge that, okay, guys, if you want a $10,000 account, at least pay us some of it. And look at $84 is not even up to how many percent? $84 to get 10,000. Okay, they want to give you 10,000 and you are paying just 84. Do you get? So that's like times 100. That's like 0.8%, not even up to 1% of the account. You're not even paying, your own contribution is not even up to 1%. They are the one taking care of the 99.2% or so. You can imagine that. So they ask you to pay $84. That's the first commitment. Now, they know that this $84 is very important to you because you don't have a lot of money, right? So they ask you to pay $84. They are willing to give you a $10,000 account. The second thing is they want to be sure you are ready. I mean, you are good at what you say you do. So they say, okay, before we give you our cash, because you know the agreement is they can't take, if you lose the money, they can't ask you, you are not owing them anything. It's their loss this time around, right? So they want to be sure. They give you evaluation. Now the evaluation are in 2 phases. So let's say they give you a $10,000 account. The first thing is they'll give you a demo account. Okay, a demo account is an account that is not a real money for you. It's just a number for you to practice. Okay. So they give you a demo account of that same size of account you asked for. They will not give you a target. Phase 1, they say meet up 8%. I mean, take this account up by 8%. So what does that mean? So let's say you do that by 0.08, which means you have to trade this account up to the time you make $800 extra. So when you meet this target, what happens? You have won phase 1. Then phase 2, they'll say, okay, take it up by 5% again because they want to be sure you are consistent. They want to be sure it's not just a luck. Some people, they know how to play gamble. They just say, let me go. Like what we did with the BTC. I didn't do any analysis. Now imagine me now, I made about 90 something dollars. Somebody will just say, yeah, in fact, price is very simple. Just look at the chart and just see where it's going and just enter. Because he has made $91, would think it's like that. That's just gambling. So in order for them to confirm this guy is consistent, they say, okay, do the phase 2 challenge, which is what 5%. So if you're able to take it up by 5% again, which is $500, then you have passed the evaluation level. Now they can give you the real accounts. So what happens? They give you the real account, $10,000. Now, when they not give you this account, this time around, then you don't have a target. You can trade and make more profit as much as you want, but they'll give you 30 days. So every money you make at the end of 30 days, guys, it will be splitted. But under that 30 days, the conditions are still there. There are conditions that you need to follow, even from the phase 1, phase 2. What are the conditions? Number 1, you must not, guys, I want you to listen to this. In a day, you cannot, you must not, you cannot lose up to 5% of the total account. Which means you can't lose up to $500 a day. So everything, even if you have a loss, make sure it's less than $500. Because if it gets to $500, they'll suspend the account. You have to buy another one again. So you buy at a discount rate, but at least you have to buy again. That's like a rule to make you be very careful, because each time you remember suspension, you don't want to go overboard. But if there's no suspension, you can joke away and do it anyhow. But when you remember suspension, you will be serious, right? Now, another thing is this. Overall, even if you don't lose up to 500 in a day, some will say, okay, let me be losing $100 a day. They'll say, okay, fine. Overall, you can't lose more than 12%. Which means if the account goes down by 1,200, still be suspended overall. So these are the two laws that actually make a lot of people not to pass this thing because of indiscipline. But if you discipline yourself to follow these rules, I tell you, will get there, isn't it? Now let's go back to the area, the good area. So when they give you the $10,000 account, and I can guarantee you this, okay, guys, let me tell you what will happen. These $10,000, okay, for me, the new strategy I came up with, which this is after losing accounts, because me, I've lost accounts overconfidence that, oh, this is very simple. It's actually simple, you know. But you know, when something is simple, also, you can lose it because of the undermining, isn't it? So I lost the account myself and all that. So I came up with something that I said, since it's 5% a day that they give you, that if you lose up to 5% a day, you will lose that account. Then I'll be using 1% for my trade. So which means if you have a $10,000 account, 1% will be 0.01. That is $100, right? So anytime you are taking a trade, only risk $100 per trade. And if you're doing that, I mean, that means you are using like I think it's 0.1, if I'm right. Yeah, 0.1 or thereabouts. I mean, in terms of lot size, guys, 0.1. So what is 0.1? That means for every trade you take, yeah, between 0.1 to 0.5, I will use 0.2, 0.3. I can see 0.5 as well, sorry. Yeah, 0.5, you can. Okay, now let's say I use 0.1. That means $1 for every trade I make. So do you know what that means? That means for this last week now, okay, if you are using a $10,000 account, for this last week in Nepal alone, we had over 905 pips. That means times 1, you would have met your target, because this is 905 and your target is $800. So which means in 5 days, you would have met your target. Do you get the points? I mean, even if you are very slow, because 0.1 is the lowest level, 1%. 1% is just out of 99, out of 100%, you still have 99 to go, only 1%. So meaning if you use, let's say you take 2%, that means you could have made 1,000 plus. That means in 3 days time, you would have made your targets, right? But then let's say 1%. Do you guys see what I'm saying now, right? Now, the remaining one now, you pass the first test. The second stage is 5%, which is $500. I mean, if you're using 1%, so which means for $500 also, in 5 days, you can do the same thing. So let's say, give or take, in 10 days, you are done with both targets 1 and targets 2. So do you know the good parts? In 30 days, let's just assume in a week that you have 100, let's say you have 50 pips a day. To make 50 pips is just so simple. It's the simplest thing, and I'm telling you, guaranteed. Even the trade signal we do in the morning alone gives you more than 50 pips. Not talk about when you add Nepal. So let's say you do 50 pips a day. Okay, that means you make $50 a day. Multiplied by 5 days, that makes you $250 in a week. Okay, multiplied by 4, that means you make $1,000 in a month, right? Guys, that means you make what? $1,000 in a month. If you have $1,000 at the end of the month, do you know what Prophet will do? They'll give you 75%, which is $750. Why they will take $250 of that profit at the end of that 30 days. Plus, they will give you back your money you use in buying this. Remember the money you use in buying, right? Your $84. But this time around, they won't give you $84. They will give you 112% of the amount you spent to buy this, which is 112. Okay? Divided by 100, which means you'll be giving $94 instead of $84, which you paid for. Not just that, they will give you 2%. It's not a big money. It's not a big money anyways. Of the $800 you made on the first time on your demo, and then they give you 4% of the $500. So you have what? 2016 plus 94 plus 750. Give or take, you have about $800. Now the good thing is, at the end of every 2 weeks, you'll be making profit. Now, this time around, it will be 80%. Then the next one will be 85%. Hope you get my point. Now, the point I'm trying to make at the end of the day is this. With this amount, you can even upgrade and buy a bigger MFF account. Okay? But do you know the truth? Yes, let me tell you the truth. With $10,000 account in 30 days, at least guaranteed, you can make minimum of, let's say, like $4,000. I calculated 4,200, but let's say $4,000. That's what you can make. I'm sure of that one. I mean, guaranteed. If you are following the discipline, making sure that you don't lose your account, okay? At least you can make $4,000. And that's a lot. From this one, you can even buy a bigger account. Now, why are we doing this, guys? Are we doing it so you can get that $800 or $4,000? No. We are doing it so you can get a bigger account, the biggest one. The $300,000 account, guys. The $300,000 account. Now, I want to blow your mind. That's me. I'm telling you what is possible. I'm not telling you Nollywood, Hollywood, Bollywood, Gollywood. No, this is real wood. I mean, real life wood. You get what I'm saying? This is something that is practical. And I can give you statistics. And I can show you every details on how this will happen. Now, get the 300K account from PropFed, you will need to pay 1,380. But you don't, so if you don't have this money now, that is why you start with the $10,000 or so. So when you make money from the 10,000, some of us here have 50,000. Most people have $50,000, $100,000 accounts, and some have $20,000. The minimum, I think it's $20,000 or so thereabout. But let's just say, okay, people started with 10,000. You can still have 1,380, buy the 300K account. This is where I'm going. You see, let me tell you why I'm going to this way. In Forex, you can have financial freedom, you can have time freedom, and you can have location freedom, which means you can travel anywhere in the world while you're having your vacation beside the sea, beside the beach. You still be trading and make money on your phone while you are sipping your juice under the umbrella or your bikini, or you are wearing your whatever beach wear, isn't it? That's the sweet thing about Forex trading. Now, and I said that, see, if you buy this account for 1,380, this is your goal. This is why you should be serious. But guys, I'm showing you how to be serious. Remember, I told you from the beginning that you can make the money these guys are making without having to spend the time they spend and the years they spend. In the next 6 months, this can happen to you. Now, let's say you buy the 300K account for 1,380. And then me, like I always say, I will subscribe for the academy. I'll pay for my 1 year subscription, maybe so I can get discount. At least from the profit I make, from that profit I made, I will pay for this 300K account and I'll pay 1K. At least 1,000, maybe 100 plus for the whole year. So I don't have to worry about subscription. So I can have enough signals, right? Now look at it. I've invested 2,000 plus back from the profit I made, right? Now, what happens? I get a 300K account. This is where we are going. Forget the 10K that we're talking about. Remember, I told you that Forex is for the big boys. The more money you have, the better it is for you. And the more secure your money. Now, guys, if you have a 300K account, from my calculation, if you are using one lot size, okay? If you are using one lot size, sorry, if you are using 1%, I mean, what is 1% of this 300K? That is $3,000, right? Just 1% of this to take your trade. That will give you about 6.25 lot size. Now, what is a 6.25 lot size? For every standard lot size, which is 6.25, you have $10. That means for every pip you make, you have $62.50. Okay? That is what you'll be using for your own 1% now. Can you imagine your 1% is so big now? Unlike when you have the $10,000 account, your 1% is about 0.1, right? It's 0.1 or even more than that. You know, we all know, I'm just giving an example because your lot size is dependent on your stop loss. And we all know that most of the stop loss we have, especially Manara, is even like 20 pips. The one I calculated for you on that 10,000 is 50 pips, which is very rare. The 50 pips is only in my own signal, which is scalping. But like the one we are doing tonight now, we are targeting tonight, is even 30 pips. When you're targeting long moves gives you more money, less stop loss. But this scalping we do gives you more stop loss, less profits. But at least the good thing is it gives you the profit very fast. That's just the only thing. Okay, but that's not the point now, guys. Let's focus on this. If you have a 300K account, you'll be using this 6.25 for every trade you do. And this 6.25 means you make $62.50 every money you make. And if you lose $62.50 for every pip. Okay. Now, imagine you had this account last week. What will happen to you? Let's look at it. Let me blow your mind. In fact, let's say out of the 900 that this guy made, 905 pips, you only took 500 out of it. I mean, you didn't meet up with some of them. Maybe you were not there. Maybe some of you were busy doing something else when the trade was called. You only met 500. Do you know what that means? Let's multiply by 62.5. That means you would have made $31,250 last week alone. Now, what is the target if you have a $300,000 account, guys? Remember, they said you have a phase one demo. The phase one demo is what? You take it up by 8%. When you take it up by 8%, that means you need to take it from $300,000 to $324,000. Now let's talk about $324,000. How many days do you need? Let's even forget about 905 pips that was made by that guy. Let's talk about something that is real. I mean, something that is sure. Let's say you divide it that, okay, every day you want to do only 50 pips. What is 50 pips? Remember, for every pip, you make $62.50. So that means every day you'll be making $3,125. I mean, that one I can guarantee you only on 2 trades from my own alone, you make this one. And if you're staying for TP1 and TP2, you make it in 1 trade. Because my TP1 and TP2 is always 70 pips, 60 pips and above. So imagine just 1 trade, you are done. But I don't want to do that. I say, okay, take TP1. So let's say you take 2 trades, you are done 50 pips. So which means the moment you make 3,125, you stop trading for the day. Guys, do you know what that means? That means your $24,000 target, you achieve it in how many days? You achieve it in 7 days. So in 7 days, or let's say 8 days, sorry. In 8 days, you would have made how much? I hope I'm not too fast. In 8 days, you would have made $25,000, which has given you success on the first stage. So now you have passed the first stage, $25,000. What is the next stage? What is the next stage? The next stage now, remember the criteria is you make 5% the next stage, which is $15,000. Now remember, you are still using the same system. You make 3,125 a day. In 5 days, you make this up. Now I know some of you, your mind, you say, okay, what about when sometimes when we lose? Remember, when you lose, what do you lose? You lose how much? When you lose 62.5, let's say if it's my own trade now, 50 pips. When you lose 50 pips. You lose 3,125. But do you know, for those of you who have been taking even my own trade, you know that we don't lose every time. In fact, in this month, I think we have lost like 3 times or so. Yeah, 3 times. I mean, this is 20th. We have lost 3 times, right? 3 times, but we have made more profits. Every day is tip 1, tip 2, tip 1, tip 2. You know, all of us, at least those of you that take that trade, you are here. Not to talk of the Nepal trades. Okay? So we are being realistic. Some of you say, what if? But the question is, you all know that when you take even my own trade alone, we do more than 50 pips because in a day, I need to send like maybe 4 trades, 3 to 4 trades, which will have given you more than 50 pips. So when you talk of that one will make up, okay? So which means, guys, in less than 15 days, you have done both phase 1 and phase 2, which means you have done your 8% and then your 5% on the 300K account, meaning now you qualify for what? A real account. Now, guys, let's see. When you qualify for a real account, remember we are using the same system. 6.25 is what you are still using. And you remember you're still making 3,125 every day. So what happens? 3,125 times 5 days times 4. In a month, you can make 62,500. So let's say you even make 60K, $60,000 at the end of 1 month. If you are following this discipline plan, you are not over leveraging, okay? Now see what happens. What happens? They pay you 75%. Guys, 75%, they pay you $45,000. How many of you, let me tell you what that is. I hope Jews and Grace and then some other people from other countries are there. Put this in your own currency and just check how much that is. In Naira, I think dollar is about 756 now. That is 34 million Naira. Do you get my point now, guys? Plus, that's not all. Remember, this is just your 75%. Remember, you bought this account for 1,380. And the rule is they will refund your money to you plus extra 12%. Okay? Extra 12%. That means divided by 100. That means they'll pay you $1,545.60. Plus, remember also, you are being paid 0.2%. So you are paid 2% of your first stage profits, which was $24,000. That is 480. 480. You are also paid 4% of the second one, which is 15,000. That is 600. So the total money you'll be having is 600 plus 480 plus 1545 plus what was the other one again? I think 45, right? $45,000. Yeah. You can be having these guys in the next 3 months. I mean, this can be yours. You have everything it takes. If you are ready. Now, the question you want to ask yourself is, whatever it is you have chosen to do in your career, generally in life, okay, if that thing will give you this amount of money in the next 3 months, then it's better than this. But if it cannot give you that in the next 3 months, then it's not as good as this. I mean, I'm not saying you should drop what you are doing. Just give this one the same level of commitment if you can. And remember, this is not a one-time payment. Remember, you'll be paid this one. Then what happened again? You still have the 300K. Subsequently, now it will not be bi-weekly. They'll be paying you every 2 weeks, no more 1 month or 30 days. So the next 2 weeks now, let's say 2 weeks after that, you've paid this, you're being paid for the 7,000, still chilling in your account or in my own account in case you don't like to handle big money, right? Now, let's say the next 2 weeks, okay, what happens the next 2 weeks? Still using the same concept. This time around is 2 weeks, right? So 5 days in 1 week. Then what happened in 2 weeks times 2? So this time around, on that 300K account, let's say give or take, you're making like 30K profits at the end of 2 weeks. This time around, they will not pay you 75%, they'll pay you 80%. That means you'll be making $24,000. This following 2 weeks, after the 30 days after the one they paid you, after receiving 47K, 2 weeks after that, you collect 24K. Then after that, 2 weeks after that, also, the next 2 weeks after that, this time around, remember, the money you make is 30K per 2 weeks, right? They are not paying you 80% again, they're paying you 85%. That's 25K. If you add this 25K to 24K to 47K, forget the fraction anyways. That's 96. Tell me, how long do you think it will take you to get to that level of those guys of $100,000, $200,000 and all that? Despite the fact that you don't even know the core Forex yet. You're only copying and pasting and you're using MFF to leverage. Guys, this is what I'm telling you, and this is what I tell you is possible. And do you know why this is beautiful? Do you know why this is beautiful? I mean, it helps you to achieve your dreams. And not just your dreams. I mean, you can travel the world, learn, meet people, do what you love to do, have the time freedom, and for once, at least be free. And you know, this money doesn't stop. It's a continuous thing. You learn skill. You also learn to be disciplined. Because the moment you adapt to this firm account and you succeed in making that money, you already been adapted to discipline, meaning you can discipline yourself in any other thing. So at the end of the day, this is a win-win procedure, okay? So that is why I'm telling you guys and employing everyone to make sure that you come into this academy seriously and leveraging on what? On our Prep Firm accounts. Now, I'm going to round up now so you can ask your question, but I'll round up with this. I want to show you the next move. For those of you who are already taking our trades, I mean, for those of you in the broadcast, because I asked you guys to signify if you're interested in the broadcast, the one we do in the morning. So I did my analysis, guys. This is what I'm expecting if it goes our way. And you know, the market will open in the next maybe let's see, maybe the next let's see, yeah, we'll see it here now. The next 2 hours or 3 hours. Yeah, the next 2 hours plus. The market will open. Let's go to gold and see. So right now, oh sorry, this is US 30, not gold. I mean, I'm talking of gold. Gold. Okay. Full charts. So I've done my analysis for the week. I mean, for both the scalping and guys, look at it. The scalping we did last week. Look at all these ones. They went our way. Look at it. These are the areas and all that. But this not. Let's talk about this week now. What I'm expecting to happen. Okay. I don't want to go into details, so I won't confuse, especially the new people. Okay. So what I expect now to happen is this. So here, last week, guys, I told some of you, I said, I'm expecting a big move around 18. Let me use my annotation so you see what I'm showing you. I'm expecting gold to get to this point, which is 1850.579. Between 1849 to 1850.579, and then to drop down. And if that happens, it could have given us about 150 pips last week, which means if you are using one lot size, that's 1,500 USD. You can imagine, only in a day, because this will happen in a day. But do you know what? It didn't come up to that level. So it has gotten to this level. Now, this level you are seeing here, okay? This from here now, this same thing that happened here, coming here and coming down, is 80% likely to happen again. Now, the remaining 20% is the odd that it may go to do what I expect last week, which is to go up here and now come down, or to stop here and come down first before going here. Now, either way, so what I've done is this. I've marked out the point where you all come in. So tonight, if you sleep off, well, congratulations. But I'll still try to send it to the broadcast. If it happens, like I told you, when it comes to Forex trading, we don't predict, we react. If not, I would have just said, okay, yeah, we'll take it. But still, the market is closed, so we can't take any trade now. So the market will open in the next 2-3 hours, let's say 2 hours, 30 minutes. And one thing about gold is very fast. So what I expect is this, look at it. Let me show you the amount of money that can be made if this goes our way, price range. So the market will move from here now. Where it is now, the moment the market opens, you enter its market price. You enter directly, don't wait, because it has already touched where I expect it to touch, 1842.417. Even if it will go up from here, it won't be much, but this is what we're expecting. From here, it may come down like this, but this is where we're expecting. This is where I'll put the profits, okay? Which is 153, am I right? 153 pips, right? 153 pips. And this happened, that's a lot, right? For those of you who know, 153 pips means if you're using MFF account now, or you have an account that is, so this is like 1,000. Like some of you that have $100,000, $50,000 account, this can be $3,000 for you. And your $50,000 account, your first target is 4,000, which means you can almost make your target up in this one. If you use $100,000 account, same thing. Because for $100,000 account, you use 3.3 lot size. That's like $6,000 to $7,000 for you. And your first stage is 8,000. So imagine you're making 90% of your money on this one. At least if this thing start coming down, I'm sure that it will get to this level. Actually, it will get even below that. It may get to this level, which is 220 pips. So this is where what I taught you from the beginning will come in now. So what do we do? I want to tell you what you do. As soon as it's 12 o'clock, come and quickly check your MetaTrader 4 to see whether the gold is already, the market has opened. Of course, it must have opened. You come there and enter sell. But before you do, there's something I'll show you now that is very important, okay? Now, if you enter sell at this point, remember this price now. I want you to take this price. You can screenshot as you see it now. Around 1842.5 or 1842. Anything here or above, okay? Just take it. Anything that is around 1842, you can still take it. Don't worry. But the thing is, your stop loss is, look at it, stop loss is 30.8. What does that mean now? This is very important. That means if you are using the right, so let me show you what it means quickly. Let me show you, for those of you who are new especially. So what I've done here is this. You want to know how much you put as your stop loss, because in case it doesn't go away, which means in case this trade idea did not go away and you have entered, you won't lose much. It will just go up like this. It will take us out, and then we'll recover the loss from here, because it means it will not start coming down from here. It will have to get to this place. We can make that money back here. But me, I'm very sure. I won't show you why I'm sure, because I will complicate issues. I don't want to confuse you, but I'm so sure because look at this. I went to a smaller time frame. Look at what this means a lot. This means so much. Okay. What you are seeing here means so much. So what is happening here now is just a touch, and then we test and then start coming down, hopefully. Okay. So that's why I'm sure. But then, in case it doesn't go away, like I said, okay, this is what you will do. But it will go away. So you calculate. I want you to calculate your own, because I don't know your account size. We have different individual account size. But what you can do is one thing is common with every one of us. The stop loss is 30.8 pips. You can do 31 pips. Okay. With the stop loss, we help you to know how much you will put in this trade. So how do you do it? Now, let me show you guys. For those of you who have this, how many of you have Forex calculator? Or you have, let me just use this. It's less complicated. Forex calculator. You download it from your Play Store. If you're using an iPhone, well, I think App Store also. But so this is what you see. So if you have this, you calculate. This is how you calculate your account size, your risk. Okay, this is how you calculate. If you have this, you go to this position. Let me start again. So you see when you open it, you click on position size. Okay, when you click on position size, the currency you are using is USD. You make it USD. Okay, you type USD. You see USD there, it comes up. Okay, USD. Now, if you are in London and you are using pounds account, you can use pounds. Okay, but if you are not in London, generally, most people use USD, okay? And if you are using, let me see, sometimes some of them are crazy. They have your currency. Can you imagine? If you are using Naira account, like a guy was using Naira account last week and was blowing people's mind off. Some people started chatting me that, how come this guy is 0.01 and he's having a lot of money, you know? So you can use any currency that you like, depending on the currency you fix in your MT4, okay? I mean, you don't want to use this, but so USD, I'm just saying, okay? So if depending on what, like some of like I think Grace in Tanzania, she uses Tanzanian shillings. So you can just look for Tanzanian shillings. But this USD, okay? Now, you choose your material. So we are using gold, okay? So you type XAU USD. Okay, you type XAU USD, and when you do that, you have it there, gold, okay? Gold USD, that's XAU USD. Gold is XAU, okay? Now, depending on your account size, okay? So let's say your account size is $50,000. Oh, no, let me use 10,000 for those using 10,000. Now, let's say your account size is $10,000, okay? You put on $10,000. Now, here is asking you risk ratio. I mean, how much are you willing to risk? Now, this can be either in percentage. Look at the 3 dots here that I'm tapping. If you want it in amount, maybe you want to be typing the amount here for yourself. Okay, out of my 10,000, I want to risk only $200. Okay, it will tell you the percentage, but it's better you leave it in percentage. Tap percentage. So you want to risk only 1% of this account. Okay, now it's going to ask you your stop loss. Now, stop loss also, if you look at these 3 dots, if sometimes they give you a trade, they'll tell you entry point and stop loss price. Now, if they give it like that, you come to click price. So you can be able to enter the entry price, 1842.5, and then the stop loss. The stop loss is around, but you don't need to enter that one again because I'm already giving you the info that is 31 pips, okay? So you can use 31 pips. So the stop loss is 18.5. Look at the stop loss here. Can you see it? 18.45.5. So if you enter 1842.5, stop loss will be 1845.5. That's 3. That's 3 difference. That's 30. Okay. That is 30. Okay. So, but let's say 31. So it's better, guys, don't use this one because I'm giving you already that is 31 pips. So just use pips. So yeah, you don't need to enter the price. Just type 31 pips because all you need to know here is how much lot size you use. Okay. Now, when you put 31 pips, I hope you're writing this down. 31 pips now. It will tell you how much you are risking in cash. So you are risking what? $100. The position size is 322. Your lot size will be 3.2. Guys, can you see how beautiful this trade I'm giving you is? Imagine, because the stop loss is small. So even if you're using a $10,000 account, do you see what I was telling you there? That sometimes, even using a $10,000 account, I use 0.1. It's not really realistic. I'm just showing you that worst case scenario. But look at this now. For this trade now, with your $10,000 account, you can use 3 points, using 1%. You can still use, oh, sorry, forgive me. When it comes to gold, I always forget that. When it comes to gold, if it's 31 pips, you make it 310. You must always add 0. It's always 3 digits number. So the 0 doesn't really mean in terms of your pay. It only means in terms of the calculation. Okay. So it's 310. I was wondering, how can it be 3 points for 10,000? So in other words, if it's 50 pips now, instead of 50, what do? You add 10, making it 500. Okay. Whatever it is, you must add 0. So this one is 31 pips. You must add 0, making 310. So the risk size is 100. Your position size is 32. Then your standard lot. You always focus on standard lot. Look at the standard lot, guys. Standard lot. Okay. Standard lot. Can you see it now? This is what you copy. This is what you need. So it says standard lot 0.323. So if you're using a $10,000 account, this is what it means. Let me show you what it means. So that means you go to your broker, your platform, MT4 or MT5, depending. Okay. Okay, let me go here. Okay, MT5. What? Sorry. Okay. Okay, this is a demo account. All right. Okay, the market is closed anyway, but it's a demo account. So let's say, guys, I want you to know what it means now. So when you come here now, okay, look at exactly where the price is now. When the market opens, this is where the price is. So what you just do is you clean this one. If you're using a $10,000 account, you enter that figure 0.32, blah, 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 blah. Just use 0.32, right? 0.32, and you click sell. Don't worry, the moment that happens, I will send to the broadcast your stop loss, which is 18.5. Remember, 18.5.5. Okay, and then the profits, I'll send the profit as well. The profit is 1826.9. 1826.9. You can even write it down immediately. 1826.9. Okay, can screenshot. Now, this is if your account is $10,000. Now, whatever your account is, the only difference among all of us now, the only difference we have here is just here. You just edit here. Okay.
Can you
mute this?
Please.
Okay, so can you mute? My God.
Oh God.
Eugene, I can all hear you. All right. My co-hosts, you guys are not doing your job. All right. So account size, okay, remember, this is the only thing you change, depending on what you are using, okay? Even if you are using a small account, $100, just come here and do $100 and look at what it tells you to do, and you do it, okay? You do it, $100, I mean, okay? So, standard loss 0. There's not like 0.003. So if you're using a $100 account, which is a real account, just use 3% straight. Okay, use 3% of your account. That's $3. Okay. So guys, I think that is where I will stop for tonight. But just expect as soon as it's 12 o'clock, when the market start moving, go in and enter the price. Now you'll be asking me, what if this trade doesn't go our way? What will happen? What will happen? What's the worst case scenario? Okay. For example, the one with the $10,000. $10,000. It has already been said here that your risk size is what? Your risk size is $100. So what do you lose? You lose $100. That's all you lose. But when you win, what do you win? Using 0.3.23, what do you win? 0.3.23. Let me show you what you win now, guys. Let me show you what you win. If you win this trade, Where is it? Forex. Okay, Forex folder. Profit calculator. Let me show you what you win if you win this trade. I'm coming to show the 100,000 guys and the 50,000 guys. Anyways, I want you to ask questions, okay, if you have any. So, XAU, XUD, XAU, gold, USD, where you at? Okay. A sell from open price. Sorry. Open price is 1842.5 and close price is 1826.9. Okay. Lot size. I hope I'm right on this one. Okay, sorry, sell. Show Euro USD. Okay, close price. Okay. While this one is hundreds. This is 1,000. Why is it showing? I'm coming, guys. Let me see buy. Okay, sell is always showing minus anyway, but that minus doesn't mean minus. So that is like 0.3 times. I'm coming, guys. Let me check it here. Oops. Am I using the right one? Oops, calculator. At least this one. That's if you are using a tender. Okay, I think this is it, right? Okay, this is it. Okay. So if you are using this account size, the profit is the PIP amount is 153. Okay, the PIP amount is 153, and the trade size is, what is the trade size again? Let's go and check the trade size, the position. Oops. What's the position? 32.2, right? 32.2. I hope I'm right there. 32.2. So imagine if you are using 0.3. Yeah, if you're using 0.3, yeah, I'm right. If you're using 0.3, it will give you 4,896. Is that right? No, it's not right. Guys, let me just go direct. Let me use a simple one for you. Let me just use my calculator. So 0.3 is like $3, right? 0.3 is like $3. It's not possible. Now, what I say? Sorry, it's $489. It's give you $489. So if you're using a $10,000 account, it's $489. Sorry, 0.2 is right, but it was by mistake. So it's to give you $489.6. Remember, if you're using a $10,000 account, your 8% is how much? 8% is $800, right? $800. So if you have 489 out of it, you've done 50% of your 8% on that trade. But do you know those that will enjoy this trade more? Sorry, I'm not oppressed. I'm just saying for those who are using that account size. That's what I said about money, capital in trading, right? Please, I want to have your questions already. So when I get there, I'll just be answering your questions, right? So imagine somebody with 100K or 50K. Let me use 50K. Let me use 50K also, because we have more 50K too. That would be, lot size would be what? 1.63. 1.63. Yeah, 1.63. That is like 16.3 times 153. That is 2,493. So if you're using a $50,000 account, okay, and if you're using $100,000, you know what that means. So guys, that is it. If you have your questions, I'll be happy to answer your question. All your questions, if you have, you can ask me right now. Check So for 100, man, 100 is sweet. 3.2, that's 32 point something, right? That's 32.3, I think. 4,000 plus. All right, let's answer your questions. I will call it a night. I don't expect you guys to sleep. Anyway, I expect you to watch out for what I said. Then some of you, if you are not on my broadcast for this, let me know so I can add you. All right, please, your questions. Okay, 20,000. Just do it now. You have the, what's it called? So anybody with any question? No question? In the absence of no question, I think we can call it almost night. Okay? We can call it like almost a night. Hmm?